Hello everybody and welcome back to Kerbal Space Program, where we're currently positioning a satellite in a specific orbit of Vol. In the last episode, we got into this orbit above Vol, and let's go ahead and set Vol as a target. Yeah, see, we're like 2 degrees off here. Let's go ahead and at this ascending node, we will work on that. So let's go ahead and negative 1.9 here. Okay, not that direction. We need to go this way. Okay, that's perfect. Execute that node. 78.3 meters per second. That's what I like to see. Aw, yeah. Okay, so, like I pointed out in the last episode, this particular mission I'm doing entirely without the maneuver creation abilities of MechJeb, just because I feel like it. And we are going to be using the maneuver execution of MechJeb, just because I feel like, honestly, that should be in the base game. Like, that should be a tech that you get relatively early on, some sort of automation of maneuver execution. So we are going to be using that. And right now, we are just matching planes with the target. And, of course, if we go into Vol here, you'll notice our target orbit is very, very inclined. So that's going to be kind of exciting, which is why we are matching planes with the target. I just want to make sure we're going in equatorially. I mean, we've got plenty of delta V. We have no concerns whatsoever about delta V. So that's great. Let's go ahead and consider getting ourselves a nice little transfer here. So let's go ahead and do a home and transfer. I'm going to burn retrograde at the periapsis to start with and see what we get for an encounter. Okay, that's a ways apart. So where are we? If we do it... Okay, looks like we're going to have to wait in orbit. That's fine. We'll do one phasing orbit. So let's go ahead and warp to right about here. There we go. And once we get this phasing orbit done, then theoretically we should be able to do this. Let's try at the periapsis once more. Go ahead and do a retrograde burn. Okay, that looks decent. We'll get an encounter right over... There it is. Excellent. Okay, let's take a quick look at this encounter. Ooh. Okay, 2 things. 1, this is a gorgeous encounter. 2, we're going the wrong way. So let's go ahead and flip the directionality of this encounter. Oh, that was way too much. Okay. And let's just flip the directionality if we can. Okay, this is the incorrect direction. This is the correct direction. However, we're going to need to move where the actual encounter takes place. So right about here-ish. And if we delay it a little bit and go a bit more retrograde. Nope, not radial. I don't want to do anything radial. Let's go ahead and recreate this right about here. We'll do a retrograde burn, get ourselves a nice encounter. That is a very nice encounter there. So let's go ahead and try to get this. Yeah. Okay, we'll be coming this direction, which is still the opposite directionality. So let's actually see if we can switch that. The answer is no, we can't yet. But if we delay this to be right about... Oh, come on, give me the grabber. There we go. If we delay it to be right about here and burn... nope. Not that direction, apparently. Oh boy. We can delay it to over here, and we'll be going the correct direction. Perfect. This is a very nice encounter. Now, we do want our periapsis to be a little higher if we can. So let's go ahead and bring that up to about 600k. right? Yeah, about 600k. Right about there. As expected, under 400 meters per second for the transfer. Very nice. Execute that. And then we'll be doing a circularization braking burn here, once we get over here. For now, I'm just going to physics warp the turn, and then we're going to physics warp the actual burn, but it won't be very long. Okay, so one more day, and we'll be burning momentarily. Excellent. Only one phasing orbit, too. Considering I didn't time any of this and did it all manually by hand, I am kind of proud of myself. This, I made that one mistake when we were doing our home and transfer to Joule, but overall this has gone kind of better than I expected. I mean, I expected to be able to get it done, no doubt about that, but I didn't expect to be able to get it done quite this cleanly. This is very nice. I'm going to physics warp this burn, though. There we go. And yeah, we could have had more efficient burns. See, I mean, we're not actually doing that much here, but it's fine. This gets us to where we need to be in terms of the periapsis, almost exactly. There we go. And then apoapsis of just circularization. So I'm just going to go ahead and do a circularization maneuver here. Down to right at about 600k. So let's get that down to about there. Excellent. And then we've got ourselves a very nice ascending and descending node set up. Perfect. We'll execute that. And then all we should have to do is change our inclination. Nice and easy. What is the 151.9 degrees? Yep. Yep. But we are going the correct direction. Longitude of ascending node of 162.1 degrees. Yeah, I mean, it should be fine. We'll just burn right about here until we have roughly the correct trajectory. And here we go. We are about to do our braking maneuver now that we have done our home and transfer to Vol. I'm going to go ahead and physics warp that. It'll be about a 1 minute burn. Easy peasy. And let's just go ahead and get the camera set up to do an inclination change here. Now, what I like to do for an inclination change is get the camera set up in such a way that the lines on both sides of both orbits become one. So see, there's only one line here on this orbit, and there's only one line here. And that allows you to very, very easily pick out your ascending node and just, nope, not that direction. And just very, very easily match your planes. Just like that. Maybe a little bit more. Maybe a little less. Yeah, that looks good. We'll have to change our apoapsis a bit, so we could also burn retrograde while doing that. Oh, that was a little much, I think. Let's just tweak this slightly. Right about like that. We can always move our apoapsis down a little bit more. And of course, that did adjust our inclination, so let's just go ahead and bring that back. And we should probably push our apoapsis back out a bit. That looks almost perfect. We could use a bit more inclination. But we're getting very, very close here. Very close indeed. Okay, bit more retrograde now. Right about... Oh, that was a lot. I mean, this is a circular orbit, so that isn't a huge surprise. And that should be close enough. I do believe that will get our contract completed. It's not exactly perfect, but it's really close. Okay, so let's just go ahead and do that. We have a node in T-minus 2 hours, 45 minutes. It'll be 232.6 meters per second. Very, very nice. That is exactly what I like to see. That went pretty much perfectly according to plan. So all we got to do is achieve this orbit, which we have more than enough delta V for. And I'm just going to leave it there. I mean, that's a fine orbit for a communications satellite. I kind of don't care what orbit it's in, as long as it's around the body in question, so I'm really not concerned. So let's just go ahead and have that happen. Excellent. We didn't even have to get anywhere near that close, but that was incredibly close right there. Now we just need to maintain stability, and there we go. Contract complete. Fantastic. And here we are around Vol. Okay, let's head back to the Space Center then, and we need to determine what we're going to do next. So first things first, it's been a while since we've checked our contracts. It's been several years. So let's go ahead and do that. It's been actually like 6 or 8 years. Quite a long time. And I want to check as well how long we have on this. 24 years still on this deadline. That's cool. Okay. Science data from surface of Duna. That's really easy to do. Surface of Eve. That's really easy to do. Let's see here. Asteroid capture. We're not going to be doing that immediately. Adjusted orbit of the moon, polar orbit of Kerbal, blah, blah, blah. Okay. So, in that case, surface of Duna, surface of Eve, we'll just hop over there, get those done really, really fast. Let's see. Landed at Duna. Excellent. We've got things basically everywhere, so it's not really a problem to get most of those done. Also, I just noticed this is the 100th episode of Kerbal Space Program on my channel. Yay! Okay, so let's go ahead and get ourselves... It's in the service bay. Let's go ahead and get ourselves a nice little cheap to transmit... Where are you? I know you're in here somewhere. Oh, is that you? There you are. Temperature reading. Transmit. Excellent. And there's our science data from surface of Duna. And that probe basically paid for itself. Not like it's already done that several times over, but it's a very profitable venture we find ourselves in, as you may have guessed by how many ludicrous amounts of space bucks we have. Let's just check in here. Extract ore from dress. I mean, that's easy enough, but we're not going to do that immediately. Yeah, let's just not do that. Let's hop back into here. We still need science data from the surface of Eve. So let's go ahead and do that. Where is Eve? Eve, here you are. Excellent. I don't remember. Did this land in water, or did we manage to land it on land? Lathe we didn't. That's for sure. Okay, what do we got here? Landed in the Highlands. Oh, hey! I forgot that our heat shield survived the landing. Oh boy, this has been a while. Look at this. We've got ourselves a radial mount parachute here. Oh yeah, we designed a rover specifically for the thick atmosphere of Eve. With the drogue chutes and the radial mount parachute. Oh man, that's a blast from the past. Okay, log the temperature, transmit. We've also got the cooling solutions on here. Pretty glorious. Okay, there we go, back to the Space Center. And let's just do a final check in the contracts. If there is not a contract that we're going to do, then I want to go check on our asteroid progress. Let's see here. Yep, none of those we're going to do. Excellent. And I just clicked outside the window. There we go. That kind of helps. So let's go ahead and check on our asteroid base then. See how close that is to being ready to move. Let's see here. We want to grab specifically probes. And we want our Grabber Mark 1. Go ahead and fly that. Excellent. It's been at it for 14 years. Granted, only the last couple of years has it had the efficient miner on it. But that's okay. How are we doing on this asteroid? Oh my. We don't appear to be doing on this asteroid. Okay. We're mining, right? Yeah, we're mining. Thermal efficiency of 100%. Missing ore. Why are we missing ore? Does it not mine when we're not directly here? Start asteroid harvester. What are you doing? Why are you not running? I'm so confused. You should be running. Okay, and this thing is inactive because it's overheated. That's to be expected. It's this one that's going to be functional. And yeah, now this is going again. So I have to wonder, does it not harvest when we're not here? That seems a little weird. Okay, so we are at 1266.11. Let's head back to the Space Center, and let's just give it a couple of days. And we'll see where it actually goes to, because it should go down substantially in that time, right? So let's head back here, and let's give it until day 405. Okay, that was more than expected. That was to 409. Okay, so let's try now. And let's see where exactly it is. Grabber Mark 1. Fly. Well, we'll see if it loads. Hello? There we go. Now it's going. Ish. Okay. It did make progress. Okay. So, I guess... I don't know. I'm not sure why it didn't do it before. But that's fine. So, we've got plenty of ore coming in, theoretically. It's not going into those ore holds. Is it going into one of these? Or is this just able to keep up? Hard to tell. But this is making progress, but we're definitely not ready to actually move it yet. There's no doubt about that. What we do need to do is we do need to get a third module onto this. So let's go ahead and go on back to the Space Center. We've still got quite a few years to get this thing in position for the contract. An infinite time if we're not going to get the contract. So let's get our third module up and running on there, I think. And for that, we're going to need to design ourselves something new. And that may take longer than the remainder of this episode. We'll find out. So this thing will need to be able to hold 10 Kerbals. It'll need to be able to hold 3 engineers, which is easy enough when you can hold 10 Kerbals. So let's go ahead and open this. And we're going to be doing a variant of the Snedgus Mark IV Heavy, I think? No, this is ancient. Oh boy, it's been so long since we've landed anything. Our lander on Mars, or rather Duna, the Snedgus Mark VI lander. This is much more up to date. And yeah. Yeah, I mean, we're not going to be using a lander, obviously, but a Mark 1-3 command pod, how many does that hold? That holds a crew capacity of 3. Okay. So we do not need these side boosters. For sure. We do not need these monopropellant tanks or these thruster blocks. We do not need a remote guidance unit here. We do not need docking ports. We do not need a decoupler. We do not need a heat shield. Okay. We'll just attach directly onto there. Next, we do not need an experiment storage unit. Well, we'll keep it. We don't need a Mark 16 parachute. We don't need a radial mount drogue chute. This is a one-way-ish trip. If we want these Kerbals back, they are going to need to find another arrangement for getting back. We'll have to send a ship after them or something. But they're going to go live on this space station, is the idea. So we'll need some habitation modules, for sure. So let's go ahead and slap on here. Let's see here. That's a Mark 1 crew cabin. This is a Mark 2 crew cabin. Mark 3 passenger? Nope. Hitchhiker storage container. This can contain 4. So we are up to 7. What is the weight on that? 2.5 tons. Okay, that's not that bad. So that would be capacity for plenty of Kerbals. This would be right here capacity for 11 Kerbals. And then we'd have this stacked on. And this would be the overall module. Now the question is, do we actually want all of this? And I think maybe we do. And I think also maybe we want a mobile processing lab in this. I mean, that wouldn't be a terrible idea. So let's go ahead and slap that on there. And this is becoming a quite large module at this point. Okay, so a couple of things that we can make changes to. Let's go ahead and ditch these photovoltaic panels. And we will instead stick Gigantors down at the bottom like tail fins. So we'll do 4 Gigantors, and it'll be along the lines of this. We will need a grabbing unit up here for sure. So where is that? I forget. Grab. Here we go. Okay, so the grabbing unit is this size. The mobile processing lab can probably store what we need, rather than having the equipment storage unit. So we can have something along the lines of that. Now, this thing has a few issues. One, it's very heavy, and it doesn't have a ton of delta V. 2, it's incredibly tall. So, hypothetically, what do I want to do about it? Well, A, we don't need these radial mount parachutes. There we go. We've got our service bay, our science junior. We could send the mobile processing lab in a separate module. We also could... Oh, this has only got a 16 and a 32 fuel tank. We for sure want to have more than that. So let's go ahead and take off this 32 tank, take off the 16, and we will instead put on a Jumbo 64. Now that doesn't help our verticality issue in the slightest, but let's go ahead and do something along the lines of that. And, I mean, this thing is going to be very unstable going through the atmosphere. That's the issue. And it's largely because it's just incredibly tall. Just insanely tall. So, one thing we could do is we could separate this out to some degree. So, let's actually do that. So let's go ahead and pull off right here at the fuel tank, and let's work with this stage. Actually, now that I think about it, it is time to put a cut in. So I'm going to go ahead and put a cut in here, and next episode we will get this design finalized. See you all then.